Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time we said hi to Ryu, and now we've got a fairly open map. Ryu is a little limited in where he can go, but there is a certain location that we couldn't get to before, because it was blocked by a meteor. However, now that we've seen at least some traces of Dad, I think it's a good time to return to Tycoon Castle. Well, it's a return for one of us at least. Who knows about the rest? Alright, so yeah, there's just enough space for you to fly into this general area. And everyone is happy to see Lena back home safe, even if she's not in the front. Wow, Princess Lena, I thought you got hit by a meteor!
Oh, thank God somebody could say something else.
You just go to another person. If not by land or sea, then... Yep. Most people don't really have anything useful to say. Oh, yep, that's the princess. Holy shit, I was writing your funeral. Had your obituary already? I thought you were dead, but no, you're fine.
I was fully prepared to seize power. I mean, give you a full state funeral.
I'm glad you're not dead at sea, Lena. Very happy. Father's alive, I have his helmets. Probably didn't fall off a mountain. Not, like, super happy about, like, the fact that we don't know where he is, but you know. Haven't seen him dead, at least. Alright, so there's actually a couple points throughout the game where you'll want to return to Castle Tycoon. Usually when something happens regarding Lena and info about her dad. Hey, Lena. Bart's is also up. He's just kind of wandering the courtyard. He tripped over a shrub. It was hilarious.
He keeps muttering, if not by land or by sea, even though we've already solved that problem.
Ah, damn. Lena, you're getting ahead of the plot. Lena, we haven't made that discovery yet. It's only been implied so far. Though that being said, I do appreciate that the game's just like, yeah, we're just gonna drop this hint now. Ferris is also gonna drop out of the conversation.
You should just hear, like, banging noises like she's boarding up that door.
It's just the cartoon bit where, like, she's boarding up the door, she's putting stuff in front of it, and then Lena opens the door and it all just falls over. Jeez, he fell on the other bed.
Yeah!
I'm not a morning person, guys. I'm sorry I can't get up that easily. Alright, so Mr. Fistine will play until we leave the room. So, we're gonna explore Castle Tycoon for a bit. There's a few items we can get here and there. But yeah, as for the optional cutscene, I do appreciate the fact that, like, the game has hinted at this sort of thing, like with the pendant, but it doesn't just spend like half the game going, ooh, look at that, Ferris has a mysterious pendant that's the same as Lena's, what could that mean? And it's just like, no, the characters would know what that means. It's kind of obvious, actually. We're not gonna, like, make a point of it yet, because clearly Ferris isn't in the mood, but, like, the game knows that you know, so it's fine.
The game knows that you know describes a lot of the writing and dialogue in this game.
I do appreciate it. Just as simple as this game's plotline can be, it doesn't really assume you're dumb. It's just like, yeah, you probably figured this out. Here you go.
It's self-aware in, like, a fun and not irritating way, like the first season of Ray Earth is.
Alright, and this is where the Windrake would be. If they had one!
I wonder where my Windrake could be.
Lena! I do kinda wish you could, like, bring Harry back to just that spot. No real reason or anything, it's not like a necessity, but like, I don't know, I kinda wanna see the dragon on the perch.
They have the perch. They have the sprites and animation for it.
You only get to see him there in the cutscene. What if I just want Harry to have a nice nap? Ah, nobody can enter the king's chamber. Not even his daughter. Plural.
Don't want you finding his nudie mags. He's an adult man in a Japanese created thing. He has nudie mags.
Yeah, we don't need to expose Lena to that sort of thing. Galuf might want to steal him because he's also old, but...
And he can't remember where he hid his on account of the amnesia.
Oh, and we're also hearing more about Lena's older sister, Cerisa, who was lost at sea during a storm, so yeah.
Oh, poor Salsa.
R.I.P. to Salsa. Never even learned the samba. Alright, so... there's a few people here and there who will...
I'm the lookout!
I'm the lookout! Who will tell you that the Chancellor is looking for us. So... wherever could he be? Well, he's nowhere here. He is instead... well, the opposite direction of this. I just want to get this treasure first. This is a kind of hidden treasure. Got a storehouse here. What do we have? We have a cottage. That's like a tent, but better.
It's always a weird thing if there were, like, tiers of the tent items.
Yeah, I feel like there's a point at which they stopped doing that, but I can't for the life of me remember when that was.
It's just very much like a, why do we have this?
I also feel like there was a point before where there was only tents as well, like Final Fantasy 1. No, actually, no, I think they're cottages in Final Fantasy 1. It's been a while since I've played, so I don't remember exactly, but it's weird about it. Alright, so we've got a Shura, which is a sword, a Shuriken, which is a throwable thing, and, okay, this is a thing the hack changes. So there's supposed to be a staff in this chest, right? This is supposed to be a healing staff, which is a staff that you can use to heal, but instead it's a diamond bell. So, bells are weapon types that some of our classes are able to utilize, but it's a little rare. Well, I wouldn't say rare, but also, I feel like in most cases you probably wouldn't really be going for the bells. I don't know, it's not usually one I looked for. They have their own thing, but we'll get to that later, because I'm not gonna use this immediately.
I'm also just picturing, like, I hope you can use this staff well. They open the chest and there's a bell inside. Oh, son of a bitch. I lost the staff! I lost the staff!
Ah, damn it, I sold that when I thought you were dead. I mean, oh, where could it be?
That's why there's an empty chest. He took the diamond bell out of that chest and put it into the staff chest and pretended that he lost the staff.
No one will ever know. Alright, so we'll fly over to the Kingdom of Walse. There's like a whole elaborate area leading up to Walse, but you never really need to travel there because you've got a dragon. Alright, so let's see. Yep, crystals kept in the Tower of Walse, so we've come to the right place. We know that there is a crystal here. We desperately need to warn them to stop using it. I know it makes all the water taste really nice, but we gotta stop it or the crystal will explode. Look, we only have a few years of air left because of what we did. We don't want to mess up water too.
You know, I'm thinking about it. I'm wondering if, this part of the game inspired the setup for Final Fantasy VII. Because when you were talking about we gotta stop them from turning on the water, I was about to say, the planet's dying! And then I thought about it for a second, no, that might have actually been, they may have been thinking about, okay, but what if, Now, hold on, Frog. I have it on good authority, that's wrong. Yeah, what if the Final Fantasy V crew, after the, instead of trying to go for the diplomatic approach, just went we have to steal the crystal and kill everyone in our way. We have to go to terrorism.
Well... It's one of those situations where they didn't need to, because everyone involved is mostly reasonable, to a certain extent. They're just a little bit stubborn about the crystal machines. But yeah, I feel as though it's a case of just, the typical storylines of Final Fantasy going a slightly different direction for 7, because they're all about nature to a certain extent. But yeah, 7 is just, okay, but here's specifically a power company. I don't want to talk too much about the setup in 7, but I do really like the setup in 7. The villain isn't even, the state or anything. It's not the actual, normal rulers of Midgard. There's a mayor, but he doesn't matter, because the power company's in charge. They just got so rich that they now just own everything.
How wild. What a wacky and completely false scenario.
Haha, yeah. 7 is definitely not, one of the most applicable storylines.
The nice thing about 7 is that it's very good despite all the people who say it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love this guy.
It's Garula, our friend.
I love...
It's just a big elephant.
I love this type of sprite animal. Where they have to make them little guys.
It's very good. And also, took my little guy for a fly 2 squares over. I could have gotten her in a random battle in those 2 squares. I need Hiryu.
You're one of those that, drives between parking spots in the same lot to go to different places on the strip mall.
I actually would never do that. In part because, as far as I know, there aren't random battles in real life, which could be disproven any day. However, for now it hasn't happened.
Somebody had a sheltered upbringing.
I mean, there are set encounters, sure. Look, that mugger. That guy set himself up there. I have never once taken a step and then just found myself in the battle zone. Alright, so we're getting a bunch of hints as to things lying beneath Walse Castle, because while getting the king to shut off the water crystal machine is a pressing matter, there's a bunch of things we can do in Walse Castle, though, and we gotta do that first. Drat it all.
I need more books!
Not even darn at all. Like, darn's not a swear. You could have said that.
Drat is classier.
Alright, hearing a lot about Shiva. Now, normally this would be a thing that you'd be more concerned about, perhaps in a later visit. Perhaps with more jobs and a couple more levels under your belt, but thanks to this being a hack, I'm actually pretty confident in my ability to take on Shiva, the goddess of ice. Alright, there's a prison down here. Don't respect any of these people. They're all liars. No recurring character lone wolf, I will not. Schmuck, I'll remember this. Man, just imagine being called schmuck by a prisoner.
Couldn't decide if he wanted to say shit or fuck. I completely forgot about this.
Man, some real tough guys here. Oh, this guy's just really... He's just right up against the bars. He doesn't ask for you to try to release him. He's just like, damn, crimes are punished? What the fuck? That's messed up. I thought I could just walk all over this king. Alright, so we've got a basement here. We heard earlier about an enemy with an absolutely fantastic name that unfortunately we will not be seeing right now because he will kill you. The Jackanapes, which is perhaps one of my favorite insults, is really tough, good stats, and has the ability Moonflute, which is something you can learn by blue magic. However, it's a thing that drives you berserk, which will not help you in this case. So, I'm not going to fight the Jackanapes because, again, they will kill me. So instead I'm going to make use of quick save. As long as I haven't taken too many steps, if I just quick save out to the main menu, I can just continue from that point. So, hey, I'm getting the Elven Mantle, sure, but I'm also showing off the fact that you can quick save in this game, and I can sort of show off what that does. Now, that being said, a word about running away. You should actually do that. Here's my new party setup, we'll look over that real quick, but in the meantime, you should actually run away in this game. If you find a Jackanapes, you should actually just run away. It is not only not a problem to run away, other than just the usual you might not and get attacked a whole bunch, but like, it is actively a better decision to run away for a very specific reason, and I'm not going to run away for a different very specific reason, and most people will probably call me dumb for that, and you know what? Fair, but no one shows off the thing I'm going to for good reason.
Yeah, Lena learned how to stop time. Anyways, running away from battles.
Yeah, Zellwater though, take that, Jackanapes, you can't catch me.
Would you like to know the original definition of a jackanape?
Oh, please, go ahead.
It's a tamed monkey.
That makes sense. A lot less dirty than it sounds. Alright, so I've got a party that is a lot of mages and a dancer. So I don't have that many summons so far, but Ferris is going to be learning a new one. Launching piranhas doesn't help that much. Time magic is going to be helpful. The Elven Mantle is a helpful item because it's an evasion boosting item. And also as a note, jump mage jump, you might just want to equip a blue mage here. I didn't because I thought it would be more efficient to pick up the blue magic from these elf toads because they're also in the next dungeon. If you find an elf toad, just kill everything around them and then wait until it turns you into a toad with its blue magic. We'll be back here later because I was wrong about efficiency. But for now, though, we must fight Shiva, the ice goddess. So Shiva's really tough. She's got some powerful spells under her belt, and also 3 ice commanders who are very tough enemies. So, alright, Sylph is going to be a very helpful summon for healing. It's not the best healer, but it does damage and it heals, which takes some pressure off of Bartz, who really does need to just focus on setting things on fire. The weaknesses here, of course, are pretty obvious. But again, this is gonna be a tough fight, and Galuf could very well be dead. Oh, absolutely. Immediately floored. Alright, so the fact that we got Time Mage early is going to be incredibly helpful. Summoner, maybe a little less so. But nonetheless, Chocobo Kick has been okay. Sylph's gonna be healing us a little bit, but Haste is going to be absolutely... maybe not required, because I believe I've done this fight without Haste before, but I've also done this fight with more levels without Haste is the thing. That's the thing that makes a difference. Oh, that's actually good that you attack multiple people, because like I've said before, spells will actually weaken if they're multi-targeted, so that's why Blizzara will kill Galuf if it's against him only, but everybody else survived, barely, against that attack there. Anyway, though, yeah, Haste just makes you faster, which means you can move more, which is incredibly helpful. Turn against your master. Look at her, then look at Galuf. Then look at her disappointed, and then back to Galuf. You know what you need to do.
Haste tends to be a little strong whenever it's in a game like this.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the best. Oh, jeez. She really didn't appreciate that tempting tango, apparently. How dare you turn my own soldier against me.
You just motivated the Ice Commander further.
Slow is also helpful. It is the exact opposite of Haste, which, like I said, Haste is one of the best spells in pretty much any game it's in. But yeah, no, like, Slow on enemies combined with Haste just means you're getting so many more turns in comparison to them. It definitely turns the tide of the fight. Also, Jitterbug didn't quite take her out. You know what else would be useful, though, is, oh shoot, I forget which dance command it is, but, this isn't gonna be new info, because will probably have corrected myself in post, but, the one that quote-unquote heals less is actually, MP stealing, not HP stealing. I think that's Mystery Waltz, that's it. Yep. Okay, so Mystery Waltz is very helpful because it steals MP. There's no way to differentiate them just by sight. It looks like you're stealing HP with Mystery Waltz, but yeah, no. I said it wrong initially. It is MP stealing. Which, again, very good for this fight considering most of what Shiva does is murder you with ice. Alright, and that's that. So we got a Frost Rod. I think I didn't actually mention what the rods did last time they came up. If you actively use a rod in a fight from the item menu, it will break, however it will cast a spell automatically. Anyway though, we got a second level summon spell, Shiva. Shiva of course does ice damage to all enemies and is just incredibly useful. Unless the enemy resists or is healed by ice, yeah, Shiva's just good. It is kinda wild, the difference between the level 1 summon spells and basically everything we're going to be finding afterwards. Cause Sylph is okay, the healing will drop off at some point, but it's okay to top you off. Chocobo Kick's fine, it's also got another version. Sometimes there's a random chance a stronger version of the attack will happen. And what was the other one, like Remora or something? I think that, like, paralyzes or slows an enemy by launching piranhas at them. It rarely works, though, especially on bosses. Whenever you use it, you will just see no animation because it won't work.
I noticed the attack name said constrict, so I was expecting a snake, and then a bunch of fish flew out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I'd be constricted if a bunch of piranhas just leapt out of the air and started biting me. I don't think I could do much after that. Anyway, though, here's King Walse. Sorry for taking forever to get to you, King Walse, but, like, I swear this is an emergency despite that. Despite the fact that I have just ransacked your entire castle and also stolen your garden deity, I guess, this is a matter of the utmost importance.
I don't know if you knew this, but there is like a Hindu god sitting in your basement.
There's a Hindu god, but like ice version for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I said Hindu god. I recognize the name. I don't know how accurate it is.
It's been a while since I've last LP'd a Final Fantasy game, so I don't remember if I've mentioned it, but Final Fantasy summons are typically very inaccurate to the thing they take their names from. Okay, so King Walse was convinced that surely just because one crystal broke doesn't mean it's gonna happen to a second one. However, we're now getting a second meteorite, which I don't think bodes well at all. How do you see it from there? Like, that's like 100 miles away.
Country is named Walse, the town is named Walse, the castle is named Walse, the king is named Walse, and now the tower is named Walse. Do you guys just not have a second name?
Walse is in danger. Me, the tower, or the town? Yes. Alright, so we can enter this king's chamber because this one is squeaky clean as far as we want to concern ourselves. I don't care to test if that's actually true.
King Walse has never been horny his entire life.
I'm the wet king, but not like that. Alright, well, we are somehow not going to make it to the meteor before King Walse, even though we have a dragon to fly there. However, we can check this meteorite. There's nothing in particular here right now, though.
Now the fucking meteorite's named Walse.
That tree's also named Walse, damn it. Alright, well then, I hate to say it, but next time on Final Fantasy V, we are going to Walse Tower. There will be many more Walses in our future.
It's just reminding me of my favorite British cartoon, Walse and Gromit.
The wrong trousers, Grunt.